worksheet on linear inequality. Well, this sheet is mainly for a KS3 curriculum, but definitely those who are not aware of linear inequality, for GCSE also they can get a help. And there's one more worksheet which is specifically designed for the GCSE. The harder questions are also there. And if you are following any other curriculum, also this worksheet will help you because it will clear you the basics of the linear inequality. Before I start this one, I say this in my every video that I am running the doubt sessions for GCSE and A levels. So if you want to enroll, just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com, or if you want to book a demo for the new session from year 1 to year 13 for all subjects, same, you have to drop us an email. For sets for US curriculum, we also provide that too. All you need to do is just book the demo either on our website or drop us an email at exactacademy@gmail.com, and every other description is given in the description box. So let me start with this. Question 1 says represent the following inequalities on number line. X greater than 3, greater than equals 3. So what I'll do, at 3 I'll draw a circle. Now I have to see that x is greater or smaller. Obviously x is greater. Here it's mentioned it's greater. So that means what I need to do is drawing a circle and then pointing towards right, because right represents that x is greater than equals to 3, and to represent this equals to part I need to fill this one, and that's how I can represent it on a number line. Similarly, x is less than equals to -2. That means at -2 I have to make a circle. And obviously they are talking about those values of x that are lesser than -2. So I have to move towards left side. And this will give me all the values that are lesser than -2. I just need to fill it up because they are talking about x is less than equals to -2. Part C says x is greater than 4. There is no sign of equals to here. That means we are supposed to exclude 4. That's the meaning of it. X greater than 4. That means we have to select all the values of x that are greater than 4 but not 4. So we have to make a circle like this, and then it represents greater than. So it's going towards the right side, representing all the values that are greater than 4. And apart from that, I'm not going to fill this one because it's greater than 4, not equals to 4. Look at this one. X is less than 7/2. 7/2 is 3.5. That means it will lie between 3 and 4 here. This is 3.5. And x is smaller than, so that means definitely it will move towards left hand side. So it will represent all the values of x that are lesser than, and lesser means towards left side. If you are not aware of the basics, I have already made the video, so kindly go, and it will definitely gonna help you, and then come back. This worksheet is available on website www.exactacademy.com, so you can download this worksheet, try to solve it, and if you stuck at somewhere, you can come here to get the solution. Question 2 says write the inequality from the number line. From this number line, see what it says. It's x is greater than, definitely this is at 3, so that means greater than 3, but this is the filled one, that means it's greater than equals 3. Next one, the circle is above -5, so we know x and -5. Now I need to see what inequality sign I have to apply. It's moving towards left side, that means obviously x is lesser than -5. So x is lesser than -5. Because it's unfilled circle, so I'm not gonna put equals to sign here. Part C, its x is at -2. So x and -2. Now it's moving towards, okay, one more thing. You can clearly see that there is no arrow pointing. This is also circle and this is also circle. That means we have a range that the value is lying between -2 to 6. So I know that x is, obviously this is moving towards right. This is obvious. So x is greater than -2. It's greater than -2. But it's smaller than 6. So it's smaller than 6, or a better way of writing it in this way, because we write the smallest number first. So negative 2. X is obviously greater than negative 2, but smaller than and equals to 6, because 6 has a filled circle. So the value of x is lying between negative 2 to 6, whereas we are excluding negative 2 but we are including 6. This is how I can represent this inequality. Moving on to the question number 3. Solve the following inequality and represent it on a number line. It's simple equation. Inequalities are solved just like how you solve any linear equation. Only the difference is in place of equals to sign, there will be inequality signs. X plus 3 less than equals 6 less than 6, that means I need to transpose it here. It will give me x is less than 6 minus 3, x is less than 2. So x is less than 2, that means I need to make a circle over 2, and then all the values that should be lesser than 2. It's like this. It will represent the number line. Next is same, I'll do transposition. So whenever we transpose, always change the sign. Don't forget to change the sign. So less than negative 7 plus 3. So 2x less than negative 4, and divide both the sides by 2. You will get finally x is less than negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. So x is lesser than negative 2. That means I have to draw a circle at negative 2, and because x is lesser than it, so obviously the lesser means it will go towards left side. So it will be like this, and it represents inequality. Moving on to the next one. Negative 7x plus 3 less than equals negative 6. Same, I'll do the transposition. Let me transpose it. It will be negative 7x less than equals negative 6 negative 3. Negative 7x less than equals negative 9. And then divide both the sides by negative 7, because important thing is we have to remove the negative sign as well. So x is now, whenever we multiply, divide something by a negative sign number, either it's by negative 1 we are multiplying, or negative 1 we are dividing, or negative 7 in this case. If the negative number is being multiplied or divided, then the inequality sign changes. And why it happened, that I have already discussed in the theory part. So this will be x is greater than equals to 9 over 7. Now 9 over 7 is, that will give you 1 point something, approximately 1.2. So I can say, let me just draw it just near to 1. That's it. It will represent 9 over 7, and x is greater than equals, so obviously greater represents that we have to move towards right side, and also equals to is there, so I need to fill it up. This is how I can represent it, and even if you want, you can represent it like it's 9 over 7. Moving on to part D. Part D says 7x minus 3 over 2 less than equals negative 2. First thing, because I need to isolate x, I need to make it alone. And in order to do so, I need to multiply both the sides by 2, because I need to remove this denominator. So let me multiply both the sides by 2. You will get 7x minus 3 less than equals negative 4. Moving on to right hand side, 7x less than equals minus 4 plus 3. 7x less than equals negative 1. Now divide both the sides by 7. Here there is no point of dividing, multiplying by negative, because we need to isolate x, and x is already positive. So divide both the sides by 7. You will get x is less than equals negative 1 over 7. Obviously it will lie between 0 to negative 1. So let me just draw it like this. And x is something that is lesser than equals to, so I need to move it towards left side, because x will take all the values that are smaller than it. But this is equals to this as well, so let me just fill it up and you will get your answer. Question 4 says solve the following inequality. Here we are supposed to just solve the inequality, need not to represent it on number line. Obviously, as I told you, if something is denominator with x, we need to remove that first in order to isolate x. So multiply both the sides by 2. You will get minus 6x plus 3 greater than 1 into 2 is 2. Now moving 3 to right hand side, minus 6x greater than 2 minus 3. Minus 6x greater than negative 1. Now divide both the sides by negative 6. Negative we are doing, so just change the sign. So x is lesser than 1 over 6. This is the inequality final. Next is 7x minus 2 over 5 less than equals negative 3. Again, I need to multiply both the sides by 5 in order to remove this. This will give you 7x minus 2 less than equals negative 15. Transposing it, you'll get 7x less than equals negative 15 plus 2. 7x less than equals negative 13. And now divide both the sides by 7. You'll get x is less than equals negative 13 over 7. Moving on to the next one. Part C says x plus 2. I'm just a little bit faster because I know you have already studied equations. It's been like since year 6 you are doing that. And inequality we have already done in the previous video. So this is just the basic transposition and cross multiplication I'm doing that you have done, like you have been doing for the last 2-3 years. So obviously like speeding it up is like an obvious thing, and if you're not okay with it, so I would suggest you to go to the linear equations first and then come back to inequalities. Now same thing, in order to isolate x, I need to transpose 3 onto the right hand side. So transposing it here, I'll get x over 2 lesser than negative 6 negative 3. X over 2 less than negative 9, and multiply. Don't do it here multiply directly. If you are multiplying 2 at the beginning, you are supposed to multiply with every term, because if this is the most common mistake that I'm discussing right now, is x over 2 plus 3 less than negative 6. Okay, the student thinks, okay, I need to isolate x and need to multiply by 2, so they do x by 2 plus 3 and multiplied by 2 and multiplied by 2. So they get x plus 3 less than negative 12. No. If it would be x plus 3 whole 2, negative 6, then multiplying by 2 will definitely work. But here 3 has no denominator. 3 is an individual term. That means if you are multiplying 2, you are supposed to multiply this whole by 2 and this whole by 2. That's the meaning of multiplying 2 to both the sides. So you have to multiply 2 and multiply 2. That means this will become x, 6 and negative 12. Hope you understand, and not to repeat this one, or if you are doing it, try to understand it that you are not supposed to do such mistake. Or if you are doing like this, first transposing and then cross multiplication, it would be much easier. At the end, x over 2 less than negative 9, so multiplying both the sides by 2, I'll get x less than negative 18. Moving on to part D, same thing, I need to transpose the number first. Negative x, here that variables are on right hand side as well, so we need to do little shuffling. Greater than equals negative 7x, negative 3, negative 3. So negative x greater than equals negative 7, negative 6. Now transpose it here. Negative x plus 7x greater than equals negative 6. This is 6x greater than equals negative 6, and divide both the sides by 6. You will get x is greater than equals negative 1. Finally, this one, okay, we have the remaining as well. So first transpose this one here on left hand side. On transposing, change the sign. So 4x plus 7x plus 3 less than equals 7. And this will give you 11x plus 3. Now transpose 3 onto right hand side. 11x less than equals 7 minus 3. 11x less than equals 4. And finally divide both the sides by 11. You will get x is less than equals 4 over 11. Here the brackets, like for f, g, h, they represents the bracket, so you're supposed to expand it. So on expanding, you'll get negative 2 into x is negative 2x. Then negative 2 into 3 is negative 6 less than 4. Now transpose this onto the right hand side. Negative 2x less than 4 plus 6. Then negative 2x less than 10. Divide both the sides by negative 2, and while doing with the negative sign, you have to flip the inequality. So x is now greater than 10 over negative 2, which is negative 5. Moving on to the next one. Same, multiply. Whenever there is number outside the bracket, we have to multiply that number with every term inside the bracket. So there are two terms in the bracket, so we have to multiply 5 with 4 and negative 2x. 5 into 4 is 20 and 5 into negative 2x is negative 10x. Greater than equals negative 2. Now move this to left hand side. So 20 plus 2 minus 10x greater than equals 0. This is 22. Moving this on to right hand side, 22 greater than equals 10x. Divide both the sides by 10, you'll get 2.2 greater than equals x, or it means x is lesser than equals 2.2. This is the final answer of this inequality. Now the brackets are on both the sides, so we have to expand both simultaneously. So 2 times negative 2x is negative 4x. 2 times 3 is 6 less than negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Now transpose this on to left hand side. So negative 4x plus 3x plus 6 less than negative 3. So this will give you negative x plus 6 less than negative 3. Move into right hand side. Negative x less than negative 3, negative 6. So negative x less than negative 9. And now multiplying both the sides by negative 1, you will get x is greater than 9. See this one, part G. Here we just need to transpose, simple. On transposing, change the sign and solve this fraction. I hope you all are aware how to solve the fraction. So when I solve it, I'll get, because I have seen the most common mistake, even when the student is in year 11, many times I have seen they do the mistake in adding the fractions a lot. See, negative 2 over 3, I'm just solving it here, the fraction one. So negative 2 over 3 plus 3 means 3 over 1. If there is nothing, that means it represents, the integers represents that it has a denominator 1. So obviously we need to make LCM same in order to add it up or subtract the fractions. 3 is in denominator, so I need to multiply this with 3 and multiply this with 3. So this will become negative 2 over 3 plus 3 into 3, 9 over 3. Now we have the same denominator, that is 3 minus 2 plus 9, which will give me 7 over 3. So final answer is, you can say, I can write here as 7 over 3, 4x less than equals 7 over 3, and finally divide both the sides by 4. X is less than equals to 7 over 12. Moving on to the question number 4. Solve the following inequalities. So x plus 2 lies between negative 3 to 5. So whatever we are doing with the middle part, like this part, the same we have to do right hand side and same we have to do left hand side. Here also our main focus is to isolate x. So first subtract 2 to both the sides. You will get minus 3 minus 2 less than equals x plus 2 minus 2 less than 5 minus 2. So this will be minus 3 minus 2 is negative 5 less than equals x, and 2 minus 2 is 0, and this is less than 3. This is final inequality. That is, x is lying between negative 5 to 3, whereas it is equal to negative 5 but cannot be equal to 3. It's just less than it. Here obviously to isolate x, this is whole divided by 2, so I need to multiply all the sides by 2. So I can say multiplying all sides by 2, and here I can say subtracting all sides by 2. Subtracting all side by 2. So this will be multiplied to by 2, you'll get minus 8 less than equals x minus 3 less than 1. Now in order to isolate x minus 3 is there, so I need to add 3. So it will be minus 8 plus 3 less than equals x minus 3 plus 3 less than 1 plus 3. So this will give me negative 5 less than equal x less than 4. This is final answer. Here multiplying all the sides by 3, because this is whole divided by 3. So multiplying all sides by 3, you will get negative 30 less than equals 2x minus 3 less than equals 2. Now adding 3 to all the sides, negative 30 plus 3 less than equals 2x less than equals 2 plus 3, because minus 3 plus 3 will become 0. This is minus 27 less than equals 2x less than equals 5. So what I did, first I multiply all the sides by 3 so that I can remove 3 in denominator. It gave me minus 30 less than equals 2x minus 3 less than equals 2. Then I need to add 3 all the sides. So it will give me minus 27 less than equals 2x less than equals 5. Obviously I need to divide all the sides by 2 now in order to isolate x. It will be 27 over 2 less than equals x less than equals 5 over 2. This is final answer. See question number 5. It says solve the following inequalities and find all the integers satisfying the inequalities. So first I need to isolate x. That means I need to add 3 all the sides. Minus 7 plus 3 less than equals 2x less than 5 plus 3. Now this will be minus 4 less than equals 2x less than 8. In order to isolate x, I just divide all the sides by 2 now. So this will become minus 2 less than equals x less than 4. It means x is lying between negative 2 to 4. So if this is the number line, suppose, so this is negative 2, this is negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Its value is lying between this one. So what all integers are satisfying this inequality? That means what all integers are lying in between this range? Definitely x is greater than equals to negative 2. So I have to consider negative 2. So answer is negative 2. Negative 1 is there. 0, 1, 2, 3. But I'm not considering 4 because x is less than 4, not equals to 4. So all the integers that are lying in between are negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. That you have to do in this question. So these are all integers lying between this range, or lying in this range. Simple, lying between these two values or lying in this range. Next is negative 4, and here it's 10, and in between it's 2x plus 4 over 2. So I need to multiply all the sides by 2. So it will give me minus 8 less than equals 2x plus 4 less than equals 20. Now subtract all the sides by 4. So minus 8 minus 4, 2x, and this is 20 minus 4. This is minus 12 less than equals 2x less than equals 16. Finally divide all the sides by 2. So minus 6x 8. So now here if I draw it on a number line, it will be minus 6 is here, right, and circle is here, and 8 would be here, and this will be the range, and all the integers that are lying in between that will be the answer. So the integers that are lying between are negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and I am including 8 and negative 6 because it is equals to given. Now see this one, and here all the values have x in between. So first thing is, my first aim is to remove the denominator. So let me multiply with the highest value that is there in denominator, which is 6. Only look out the denominator. So the highest one is 6. So we need to multiply by 6 to all the sides. So this will be, because you're multiplying it with 6 here and 6 here as well. So what will happen? 3 will cancel out and 2 will remain here. So 2 times 2x minus 1 over 3 less than equals 7x plus 1 less than equals 2 times 2x plus 5. Now, sorry, 3 is not here. It's only 2 remaining. Now I need to expand it. So this will become 4x minus 1 less than equals 7x plus 1 less than equals 4x plus 10, and this is 2. So now in order to isolate it, I need to subtract minus 1. So minus 1 from all the sides. So this will be 4x minus 3 less than equals 7x less than equals 4x plus 9. Now I really need to isolate obviously x at the middle, but I don't need the x's on either side as well. So I am just subtracting 4x from all the sides so that I can get rid of 4x from either side. So subtracting 4x. So this is subtracting 4x. Let me make a slot here, a gap. So subtracting 4x from all sides. And this will be minus 3 less than equals 3x because you have subtracted 4x and less than equals 9. And now divided all the sides by 3. So you'll get minus 1 less than equals x less than equals 3. And all the integers lying in between are negative 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now this is the last question. Find the value of a if the integers satisfying the inequalities are minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means final inequality should be, let me go. If you have seen my previous videos, I always say go in a reverse order. Whatever be the question, try to solve from there and you will know from which part or which direction you have to move. Because it says you have to find the value of a if the inequality and the answer is minus 1 to 5. That means the final answer is what? That x is greater than equals negative 1 and less than, either it can be less than equals to 5. This can be the answer or this can be the answer, but here we have to see inequalities are what? In both the cases less than equals to less than equals to. So that means clearly this is going to be my final answer. And question is minus 2 less than 2x minus a over 2 less than equals 4. I have already calculated my answer because they have already mentioned that the integers satisfying the inequalities are negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means x is lying in between negative 1 to 5, and that we have been doing. So you know that you can write it like this. And because these two are less than equals to, so that's my final answer will also have the same inequality signs. So this is my answer. Now let me try to simplify this inequality. Same, by multiplying all the sides by 2, I'll get minus 4 less than equals 2x minus a less than equals 8. Now add a to both the sides. So minus 4 plus a less than equals 2x less than equals 8 plus a. Now in order to isolate x, divide all the sides by 2. So minus 4 plus a divided by 2 less than equals x less than equals 8 plus a by 2. This is my final answer and this is my simplified one. So I just need to compare it. Simple. So I can say minus 4 plus a by 2. What I'm doing, I know my final answer and I know one simplified one. So this is the answer. And I know that whatever the value of a I'll put, I should get minus a here. Or similarly, if I put the value of a, I should get 5 here. So simple, what I'll do, minus 4 plus a by 2 is equals to negative 1. So on cross multiplying, minus 4 plus a equals negative 2 and a is 2. So even if you put a2 here, 8 plus 2 by 2 is 5. So what's the value of a? It's 2. I'm just repeating once again if like you're little bit confused. I have already deduced my answer from the integers given. Inequality, I could easily deduce the inequality and I get to know that when I simplify this given question, when I simplify this one, ultimately I'm going to get this as my answer. So obviously I was just simplifying it till I get x here in between. So now either sides I can compare it because a value is unknown. So obviously whatever the values on either side should be equals to minus 1 or 5. So when I equated it, I get to know that a is 2. So basically that's it for today, and we'll be continuing with the other GCSE and KS3 topics. So like if you need custom, see apart from that we also design the custom sheets. I am definitely uploading the free worksheets on exaacademy.com on the website. And apart from that, if you need a custom worksheets or custom you can say custom, I suppose you need the worksheets on light chapter, you want that okay I want the harder questions on it, or especially the multiple choice question as much as I can. I have to go and search so much, but do provide me so that I can clear exam without any problem. Or suppose you know need a very short notes and the related questions accordingly, whatever be your requirement. Suppose you have just one day remaining for the exam and you are not very good at your preparation, you can just ask us that these like the batches that I'm running or the one-on-one classes that I'm running, that is the doubt sessions, you can enroll for that. Or if you think that you don't need any class, you can do it by yourself. So you can order a custom sheet, you can ask the custom materials from us, whatever be your requirement, and we work accordingly. So all you need to do is just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com, or you can post your queries on our Insta page, on our FB page, on this YouTube channel. You can comment us, and as well as you can go there and sign up to the website and the app that is available on Play Store. So that's it for today. Thank you. Have a great day.